and thank you for joining me this morning for another episode of Cookie's Tech and Talk Table. Today we're going to explore another Steam fighting game on the GPD Win Max. But before I get started, I just want to say if you like the content that I am producing, please give me a thumbs up for this video, leave your comments, and ring the bell for notifications. I really do appreciate the community leaving whatever thoughts that come to their mind on my wall. And with that, I'm very prompt in getting back to people's responses. So with that being said, we're going to talk about Soul Calibur VI. And first off, I want to give a shout out to Gamertron, who helped me solve the issue on trying to run this game on the GPD Win Max. Now, there's a Reddit page out there, and I will go there and, of course, post this video that I'm making that you're seeing right now there to discuss the issue with running Soul Calibur VI through Steam on the GPD Win Max. Now, here's the thing. There are videos out there already showcasing the game, but it's not explaining to the public how to get around the graphical fix. So, turns out it wasn't even a graphical fix at all. It was a Wi-Fi fix. So when you try to load the game, it's trying to sync to the cloud, and at the title screen, the game just crashes. But if you disable the Wi-Fi, then all of a sudden it works. Now, mind you, when I finally got the game running, thanks to Gamertron's discovery, the game runs perfectly, or should I say semi-perfectly, at native settings, at medium settings. It jumps between 52 frames to 60 frames a second. And depending on the stage and what's going on and what's happening and things that's going around, it will jump between 52 to 60 frames per second, especially if there's a lot going on. However, when you change it to the lowest settings, then it runs perfectly throughout at a perfect 60 frames per second. So I just want to go into the example to show the public how to run this game to get past that crash issue. As you can see, I cleaned up my desktop finally. Also, once again, I always like to talk about that I'm capturing everything through the AverMedia Live Gamer 2 4K capture card, and you're seeing everything in real time that's going on in my hand. And so I'm going to go right to my Steam folder here, and now I have the Wi-Fi turned on. So this is the example with the Wi-Fi turned on and how the game will crash. So while that is loading up, I also wanted to give a shout out to Handheld Master Race, HMR, who I feel also had a stake in me running this game even better indirectly. He made a recent video about a graphical fix for the CEMU emulator, and thanks to him, now I'm running Bayonetta 2 perfectly at 60 frames per second with the new shaders and such. I don't even know, I would have never even found out what he had found out, so I thank him for even uploading that video because it has changed the way I played games dramatically through Steam and other emulation. So that's a wonderful discovery. For everyone out there that knows about Handheld Master Race's videos, please follow him. Give him a thumbs up. That is just such a paramount video right there. And as a community, I hope to bring us all together with our different knowledge base and wisdom on running games more efficiently on this handheld device. So now we're at the start screen. Now, mind you, the Wi-Fi is on, and now I'm going to press a button. It's checking data, checking network, and it crashes. Now, I'm going to go down here, and I'm now going to turn off the Wi-Fi indefinitely. Let's go back. Hold on here. This mouse pad can be a bit janky sometimes. Okay, I just want to... Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I turned off the Wi-Fi, and now I'm going to run the game again, and this time it's going to enter without any issues. Okay, so now it's going to give me the prompt of offline mode, and then of course we're going to say yes, we want to play it offline. So while that is doing its thing, I just want to say, so growing up, I started out playing Soul Edge in the arcades, and I had Soul Blade, which was the PlayStation home release of Soul Edge in the arcade. I played with Taki. I enjoyed the game. It was another 3D fighter. Yes, we're gonna play the game. And I wouldn't say I was the biggest fan, though I would really get more into it when Soul Calibur 1 came out for the Dreamcast. I had that game. It was, oh God, it was so beautiful in the Dreamcast, such an underrated system at the time. And it, you know, too little, too late, it was competing against the PlayStation 2. And it had something that the newer consoles are still trying to struggle with, which is loading screens. Dreamcast was a system that just did not have any loading screens. And if it did, it was just very minimal. You know, and that's something that I truly appreciated about that system. And Soul Calibur was one of the premier 3D fighting games on that system to display its graphical 3D abilities. I would continue onward to play up until Soul Calibur 3, and then I kind of just fell off from there. I was stuck between Dead or Alive and other 3D fighting games at the time. Let's see, so now that I turned off the Wi-Fi, I'm going to press this button and we should be okay. See? Yes. So we want to proceed. See, and now I'm actually running the game without any issues. Now, right now, I have all the graphical settings at low. So I'm just going to go down, show this in the options menu for the sake of explaining myself. So I'm at 1280 by 800. I'm without a border. I have the VSync off. You know, it doesn't really matter in this case whether it's on or off. I prefer to have it off. And then the screen quality down here, you know, we could put it to custom. You could change certain things around here. You could still put up the anti-aliasing settings to at least medium and still be okay. And I kind of like it like that too. It kind of reduces the sharp edges on the borders of the characters, especially in a highly graphical game like this. This game honestly was meant to be played on a graphics card of at least 2 gigabytes or higher. But to say that this machine can run it efficiently at perfectly 60 frames a second is an accolade in itself. So now I'm just going to go into battle. I'm going to go to arcade. I'm just going to start the game. And in this game, I'm still a Taki fan. And my second character is Xianghua. I love Xianghua. And then my third character, which came later, was Setsuka. So those are my 3 main characters. I have a special affinity for Ivy. Let's see, where are you, Setsuka? I'm trying to... Where are you? Sophitia, Sigrid. There you go, you're at the bottom. Okay. Special love for Ivy. She plays she has such a rich, deepening history in the storyline. Her and her father Cervantes. She's a casualty of rape. You know, she's a casualty of child rape. So, and then owning pieces of Soul Edge and then making it into her own, the Ivy Blade and her alchemy and trying to stop her father. I am coming late on the scene of Soul Calibur VI only because I'm not a fan of rehashed games. Let's see, what's a better way of saying this? I'm not a fan of reboots. I like to follow a storyline from the beginning all the way to the end, and if I've been there from the beginning following a game, I'm not really interested in seeing the reboot where they're going to do a retelling of the story. You know, it's just not my thing, you know, and so I know with the new generation, it's become a big thing to retell a story, you know, and then change elements from those who were the original fans from way back in the day. One game that did that to me, and it hurt my feelings real bad, was Mortal Kombat. You know, I've been following Mortal Kombat, ooh, I got hit, since 1992. You know, and so, ooh, come on, Setsuka. So I've been following since 1992, and I've played it all throughout with a storyline that was very much one after another, and continued the mythology until they decided to become something much else. What did they do? In Mortal Kombat 9, they decided to do a reboot, which changed the course of history, and I felt it was disrespectful to the fans. You know, for me, Mortal Kombat will always be known as Midway Games. It will never be seen to me as NRS. You know, so the NRS generation gets the retelling of their stories and a lot of alterations to people's characters and who they are and what they've become to be in an established lore for something over 15 years. How do you change something for over 15 years? You know, that's been established. So I really feel that the people that they've hired, you know, have really disrespected the old guard, not only the fans, but the original creators and the motion capture. But that's a story for another day. That's enough rambling for me now about something else. So, as you can see, I clearly don't know what the hell I'm doing here. But I really do enjoy a good 3D fighting game. Perhaps maybe it's my time to get reacquainted with the story again once more with Soul Calibur and see what character changes that they made in those storylines. I remember Setsuka, her story hasn't been changed too much, but her look has changed. And I'm used to her wearing this beautiful, gorgeous upper end kimono, which was the last thing that her master gave her before he was murdered by Mitsurugi. I do remember that much of the story. And so I guess what's bothering me is the aesthetics of her. This does not look like the ancient kimono she wear, you know, in Japanese culture. This, I don't know what this is that she's wearing. She's wearing opera gloves that comes way up here. So there's a lot of free liberties here in the fashion that's going on with this character. Maybe I need to unlock that kimono or something. I play the game with her some more and unlock stuff. Speaking about unlocking, so I realized by installing this game on my regular computer that I can play the game, do all the unlocks, do all the secrets and stuff that come along with playing a fighting game, and the beauty of getting engaged with it. And as I unlock characters through buying the season passes, I would have to resync the information a different way, you know, when I relaunch my Wi-Fi app onto the GPD Win. So it's going to happen offline. Steam will recognize, well, you have this game installed on another machine, and the information from that machine is now syncing up with the Max. Let's update it, and it'll take the most updated recent information from the other machine, say your laptop or your computer, and resync it with Soul Calibur so that when you do play this game in offline mode, you will have all the save states and all the character unlocks and all the stages and everything else. So if anybody is wondering, well, damn, if I have to play this in offline mode, how am I going to get all the stuff? This is how this works. And as you can see, you know, I'm still at a consistent 60 frames a second. I'm still trying to... There we go. I've seen this game played in tournaments at high level play. Man, this game is scary for those who really know what the hell they're doing. This is a game I think I would just play casually. I don't think I would really want to play tournament in this game at all. And speaking about guest characters, I thought it was really smart that they made a deal with SNK to release Hamaru. Because, you know, Samurai Spirits also has 3D games in the past. The Warriors Rage series, and also Sin was also 3D. Okay, so much for the super. However, if it was given up to me, if they really wanted to make a splash with like a guest character, I would have chosen a long forgotten 3D game that people often forget, which was the flagship release for the original PlayStation 1, and that was Battle Arena Toshinden. I think by putting Eiji Kisaragi in it, I believe Kisaragi was his last name, but Eiji, the swordsman from Battle Arena Toshinden, as a guest character in Soul Calibur, that would have made it a true launch, a deal between Takara and Namco. I think that would have been awesome. Alright. And as you can see, I'm still at 60 frames per second. I am just loving this, even though I'm kind of just button mashing right now. You know? And to me, like, this quality is clear to me. I'm enjoying every moment of it. And to say that I'm running this through the capture card and I'm not getting any dropped frames, you know, I guess the only drop frames you would see is right here at the transition screen, at the versus screen. But the gameplay is just flawless. It still looks beautiful to me, even at the lowest settings. You know, and it's just a matter of opinion. If you can deal with those low settings, then, man, you'll have tons of fun with this game for many hours to come. I gotta give it to GPD. They have really, really stepped up their game. This is possibly the most strongest device, most versatile that I've ever dreamed of, next to the Nintendo Switch. Okay, so this is Hild. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget which game she comes from, and right now Hild is busting my ass right now. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. All right. Fight to your last breath. I want to see if I can try and get the super at some point in this game. Ooh.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 3. Fight.
How unfortunate. Flower petals. This is the work of fate. I merely played my part.
Wow.
The battle is over.
Now that's amazing.
For the fallen who fought so bravely.
Yeah, I truly hope that maybe somewhere with him playing the game and there's some unlock to get her classic clothing from the original game she iterated from. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Setsuka first appeared in Soul Calibur VI. It's been a minute, so my knowledge of the lore and mythology is kinda, it's in pieces. This is what happens when you don't follow a game for a while.
Warriors cross swords beneath the gaze of the ancient
All right.
gods.
Do not hold back, however I will.
You can't hide it. We're the same, you and I.
Battle 1. Fight.
Alright, and with that said, I'm going to go back to the menu. Oh. Truly stunning, really. And I'm going to end it right there. Yes. So thank you for joining me for this additional Cookies Tech and Talk table. Once again, I'm going to give a shout out to Gamertron for discovering how to fix the issue on even running the game. I don't think I would have ever discovered that until much later on my own. And a shout out to Handheld Master Race for even making the video something different than this, relating to the CEMU emulator and the graphical fix, because I think that also has taken a part in making this game even run even better. It was already running good without the graphical fixes, but indirectly I believe he also helped as well. So shout out to Handheld Master Race. Shout out to Gamertron for being so nice, for sharing that nugget of information with me. If y'all haven't followed his videos, feel free, follow Gamertron's videos. He releases quality content. I'm a fan of his work. And give him a thumbs up and notification bell so that you can see what he's creating when he uploads his videos. So I hope you like this episode of Cookies Tech and Talk Table. If you like the content that I'm putting out, please give me a thumbs up. Please ring my bell for notifications, as I will continue covering not only Steam games but also emulation games on the GPD Win Max. I just recently put out effective Sega Saturn emulation, and also another video on ISO ripping with ISO Buster and how that will really help your emulation experience. Please feel free to click on those videos and listen to the information I'd like to share with the community. As always, I will see you again with the next video, and say cookie.